Hey, happy language arts, boys and girls. I miss you. I wish I was at the whiteboard with you, but I'm so glad for technology because I get to do this tappity tap tap on the iPad. Hiding in my walk-in closet, trying to be away from the dog so she doesn't bark at you. Anyway, we are on page 175, and we're going to break this up. I'm going to do all the pages in this one video, but I do not... Aubrey Opferman, you know I'm talking to you. I do not want you to do this all in one day. It's too much. Your brain will start to not remember it. You need to break it up. So follow the schedule, or try to do a couple pages a day at the most, because you will not remember if you try and do all of the subject in one day. So break it up, pause the video, come back to it the next day. Or if you really, really want to get more than a couple of pages done in a day, do some in the morning, do a different subject, then come back and do a couple more. Okay, that's how your brain works. I don't want it to get tired of one subject and then not remember it. So, all that to say, welcome to Language Arts. This is page 175. And at the top of your page, it says, use proofreader's marks to mark the corrections in spelling, punctuation, and capitalization, which means we're going to be looking for all those things. Spelling, wow, punctuation, and capitalization. Boys and girls, go slow, be careful. I would actually like you, because this is a remember, I would like you to pause the video right now. And I mean it. If you have a parent in the room, look at your child, look at him in the eye and say, pause the video. Mrs. Kornthal said so. Pause the video, do number 1 through 10 on your own, then unpause the video. Okay, go. All right, welcome back. So if you are listening to my voice right now, you have already done numbers 1 through 10, and we're just going through together, and we're checking your work. So here we go. Number 1, Dad said, comma, I need 2 boys to help me this weekend. What does this tell me, boys and girls? I see Dad says with a comma. There should be a direct quote right after that. So I'm going to insert a direct quote. And remember, they tuck in towards what's being said. And every quote comes in sets of what? 2. So let's see what Dad said and where his speaking stops. Dad said, I need 2 boys to help me this weekend. Oh, there you go. Goes all the way to the end. And the quotes go outside the punctuation. Remember, tuck in your punctuation inside the quotes at the end of the sentence. Dad said, I need 2 boys to help me this weekend. That's it. We're done with this one. Next one. May I help you, Dad? Ooh, do you remember when we paused to talk to someone in the middle of a sentence? What, in the middle of the end or the beginning of the sentence, what does it need? You're right, a comma. May we help you, Dad? They're not talking about Dad, they're talking to Dad, so that needs a comma. And it's a question. So how does this sentence need to end? With a question mark, because it is an interrogative sentence. Excellent. I hope you got that. If not, please fix it now. Here we go. This is number 3, please get the bucket sponge and hose. Ooh, what's a bucket sponge, boys and girls? A bucket sponge. Are they talking about a bucket sponge, or do you think this is a list? I think it's 3 things that we need to get. It's a bucket, pause, sponge, pause, and a hose. So when we have a list, remember, before the and between everything else in the list, bucket, comma, sponge, and hose. But what's wrong with the B in bucket? Yeah, it's not a special name of a bucket. It's just a regular old bucket. So that needs to be lowercase. I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to write LC for lowercase, because that is a lowercase bucket. Please get the bucket, comma, sponge, comma, and hose. What does every sentence need at the end? Punctuation. Just a regular old period. Carl, you can clean the inside of the car. Do you see I naturally paused right there because I knew I was talking to Carl? It's not talking about Carl. It's talking to Carl. So what does it need? It needs a comma. Carl, comma. You can clean the inside of the car, period. Is that it? Did you find anything else? Nope, that's it. Good job. Okay, number 5. Dad and I will wash the outside of the car. Dad and I will wash the outside of the car. Well, I see something at the beginning that a lot of you guys still forget when you're writing your own paragraphs. Every sentence needs a capital. So show me that dad needs to be capitalized. Capitalize dad. Dad and I in the middle of a sentence, no matter where in the sentence. I alone also what? Gets capitalized. Dad and I will wash the outside of the car. Now, I know that needs a period at the end, so insert that. But is that a special name of a car? Does that say like Toyota, Nissan? Is that a brand? Is it the car brand? No, it's just a regular old. It is not a proper noun, boys and girls. It is a regular old common noun. So that needs to be what? Lowercase. Good job. Here we go. Number 6. Mom has packed the cooler with food. Mom has packed the cooler with food. Ooh, she's packing food and extra food. Is that a list? Is she saying food and more food? No, that was just a typo. So can you get rid of the first food? Sure. Could you get rid of the second food? Sure. Pick one. Doesn't matter. Just get rid of one of them. Mom has packed the cooler with food, just plain food. And then what does it need at the end? You're just a regular old declarative telling you that mom's packed the cooler. All right, number 7. Dad has gathered our sleeping bags, tents, and stove. Ooh, a sleeping bag tent. That sounds fun. Do you think it's a sleeping bag tent? I think it's a list. Sleeping bags, tent, and stove. Do you see that? So everything before the and in between the things in the list. So before the and between the things in the list. So it's Dad has gathered our sleeping bags, comma, tent, comma, and stove. What do we need at the end? You got it. A period. Nice work. What a surprise this is. Now, this is not a question just because it starts with what. Remember, it's not saying what is this surprise. No, be careful. What a surprise this is. That's exciting. So what does it need at the end, boys and girls? I hope you got it. And sometimes just when I read fast, remember I autocorrect and then I read it wrong. Just like I skip the food, sometimes I'd be like, oh, the cooler with food, and then I forget there's a second food there. Sometimes when we read fast, we autocorrect and we'll say, oh, what is this surprise? And we'll put a question mark there. But really, look at the sentence. What a surprise this is. That's very exciting. So that needs an exclamation point. If you missed it, fix it. Number 9, we love to camp with our family. Oh, we love to camp with our family. What sounds wrong with that? I think they typed it. What letter did they forget in the word with? They forgot an H. So instead of writing the H, you're just going to put spelling, SP, and with. Now, some of you who have a hard time writing small, do your best. We love to camp with our family. Now, I would take either one of these. I would take an exclamation point, or if you're just saying it regular, either one is fine. I'll take it. And on your quizzes, sometimes when you have a choice between whether it's a declarative or an exclamatory, the Google quizzes, I will just pick one. But some of those, I take both. So like right now on number 9, I would take both. And what I do is I actually go through and check all of your tests. And if you picked exclamatory, and on my Google quiz, I actually picked declarative, but I'll accept either. I'll go back and give you the point. So don't worry about it. If you're unsure, can you make a comment so I don't forget? Yes, because Mrs. Cornthal needs help too. So if you go back, just put like for number 9, if that was on your quiz, you could say, Mrs. Cornthal, I thought that was exclamatory. And then I will look at that and then I'll go, oh, yep, of course, I was going to give you the point. So don't get scared, but also don't be afraid to message me. Okay, last one. Number 10. Camping near Eugene, Oregon is beautiful. And that's another one. I would take exclamatory or just regular declarative. You're just telling me it's beautiful, or if you're like, wow, it's beautiful. But what does every sentence need at the beginning? A capital. So camping near Eugene, Oregon is beautiful. What do we need? I see a city and a state there. We need a comma between the city and the state. And since Oregon's in the middle, we also need it after the state. Now, if it was at the end of the sentence, we wouldn't need a second comma there. But because it's in the middle of the sentence, we need after the city and after the state. Camping near Eugene, comma, that's the city, Oregon, comma, that's the state, is beautiful. All right. Good job. I feel like you guys are doing great at home right now because this is a remember section. on Google Classroom, I'm going to re-put the plural nouns, the ending where the answer is found, especially for you, Kevin. So you can sing along because I know it's your favorite. So some of you guys forgot the rules for our plural nouns. Pause the video again, do this section, and then go over it with me. Okay, so if you hear my voice, that means you have number 1 through 7 filled in. You're not copying the answers. You've already done it. If you haven't, you can pause the video now and then go over it with me when you're done. Okay, so since you're done with 1 through 7, let's check your answers. Ready? Number 1, I cannot find my glass this morning. I cannot find my glass this morning. Now, here's why this one is tricky. And honestly, boys and girls, I would give you the answers. I think they wanted glasses, like the glasses that you wear on your head. But I would actually, my teacher book doesn't even tell me this. I would take it because I cannot find my glass this morning. I had a glass of water that I couldn't find, and I couldn't find the glass. So if you're talking like a glass, like cup, and you just put glass, I cannot find my glass this morning. I would take that. I cannot find my glass this morning. That would, sorry. Don't forget the other one. I would take it. So even though my teacher book says, no, it's glasses, it still works. I cannot find my glass, if you mean cup, this morning. So I will let you take either of those. Okay, my dog or dogs, Blackie, is a Scottish Terrier. They're only talking about one, so it stays dog. Number 3, Aunt Tammy made 2, here's our key word. So is it 2 sandwich or 2 sandwiches? 2 sandwiches. And when it ends in CH, Cooper, I know you're singing the song. I know you know it. Sandwich. When it ends in a CH, you add an ES. Excellent. Dad used 5 match to start the campfire. Well, and you know it's plural because it says 5 of them. And it's match. Ooh, a CH again. So you add ES. All right. There was only, number 5, there was only 1 truck. Ooh, tells ya. 1 truck or trucks left in the garage. Well, there's only 1, so it's not plural. It's singular. Singular means 1. Truck, just 1. Excellent. 6, the church or churches we attend is on this street. Well, it sounds like just singular to me, so we would keep it what? Church. Fabulous. Our school has 2, that's going to make it plural, buses. B-U-S-E-S. Buses. Good job. That was great review, boys and girls. I hope it's still stuck in your brain. This is not review. Some of you who are done for the day, see you later. Some of you who are ready for this one to move on, you could do 2 pages. Welcome. This is page 176. This is all new. So focus with me. I'm not going to make you pause the video because we are going to do this together. Together at last. Together forever. Okay, here we go. A table of contents is a list of sections in a book. I'm going to highlight that for you. The table of contents is a list of sections in a book. The table of contents tells the number of the first page in each section. So let's look at this table of contents and discuss it together. Now, what's going to happen is I'm going to have to kind of scroll back and forth on my page, but you can always look at your page because you can see the whole page at one time. I cannot. So here we go. It says, use the table of contents to answer each question. So we're going to use this to answer these. Okay, here we go. On which page in the book would you find a story about sea turtles? Well, where's one that says sea turtles? I see one right here. So if I gave you a book, boys and girls, and I'm like, hey, can you look at this book and I want you to read about the sea turtles. Well, guess what? Would you start at page 1? No, you don't have to. You could look at the table of contents and flip to the front and say, oh, Mrs. Cornthal wants me to read about sea turtles. So where's the sea turtles in this book? Oh, they're on page 14. Now, this is different than a glossary, boys and girls. A glossary is almost like the dictionary in the back of your book that tells you the keywords from your book. This is different. This is in the beginning of the book. The table of contents is the beginning, and it tells you what page to turn to. It tells you what the chapters are about, those kind of things. So on what page would you find the sea turtles? Page 14. Excellent. Okay, what is the name, number 2, what is the name of the story that begins on page 38? Do you see it right there? What's the name of the story that begins on page 38? It is The Wise Sailor. Make sure you actually keep those capital letters because that is a proper noun. The name of the story is The Wise Sailor. So keep those capitals just like they are. Here we go. How many stories are about lighthouses? Ooh, let's see if we can find them all. I'm going to switch colors so you don't think it's about the turtles. Okay, lighthouses. Well, this one is My Bed is a Boat, Sandcastle Contest, Prisoner and Shipwreck, Smart Sea Turtles, Henrik and the Handmaid, Dig Deeper, title, author, main character, nope, Treasure in the Cove, The Wise Sailor, ooh, Lighthouse, Lighthouse Girl, I'd Like to Be a Lighthouse, that would be interesting, wonder what that's about, Dig Deeper, the summary, No Ordinary Man, and Master of Wind and Sea. How many did we find? 2. 2 stories about lighthouses. All right. Let's see if I can still fit this here. Number 4. To what page would you turn to find a story about something very valuable? Who knows what valuable means? If you're at home, you could still say it out loud, especially if you have an adult in the room with you. You can impress them that you know what valuable means. What does valuable mean? It means it's worth a lot. Jesus is our best treasure. He is the most valuable thing to us. Something that is valuable. To what page would you turn to find a story about something valuable, something that's worth a lot? All right, well, let's look through our titles again. My Bed is a Boat. That doesn't sound very valuable. The Sandcastle Contest. That's not going to get you a lot of money. The Prisoner and the Shipwreck. I don't think so. Smart Sea Turtles. They're not very valuable. Interesting, though. Hendrik and the Handmill. No. Digging Deeper. Treasure in the Cove. Ooh. I think we have a winner, boys and girls. Treasure in the Cove. How about treasure? Treasures are valuable. So what page is that on? Page 30. Do you see it? Awesome. Okay, so number 5. What do you think the last page number of The Wise Sailor is? Well, let's find it. Here we go. The Wise Sailor. Ooh, we already had this one. Mrs. Cornthal, it only tells us what page it starts. Some of you, though, think about it. If we know what page that starts on, and you're reading page 38, and you're reading page 39, and you're reading page 40, and you're reading page 41, what happens on page 42? Do you see it? The new chapter starts, or the new section starts, the new story, whatever is there. So what would be the last page of the Wise Sailor chapter? Well, it'd be one before the Lighthouse Girl, right? So what page do you think the Wise Sailor, what's the last page do you think the Wise Sailor is? Well, it's going to be 1, right? It's going to be 42 minus 1. So what is that? 41. Page 41. Do you see how that works? Awesome. Okay, last one. How many books can you find that have a table of contents? Okay, write the names of those books and numbers of sections each one has. I'm going to give you a couple of choices, and you're going to write the number, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. Okay, this is your job. Do this. I'm going to give you at least 2 examples that I know for sure that you have in your house. Actually, I'm going to give you 3. Okay, and so your math book, yes, it does. Unless you are one of those people who are very not careful with your book and the several front pages have been torn out. Your math book has a table of contents in the beginning. Your history book So American Heritage. Your science book. And guess what? True story. If you look at the beginning of this language arts book, even this book. What? I didn't even know that was there, Mrs. Cornthal. I know, right? Well, now you do. So it says write the names of those books and the number of sections each has. So I just gave you some examples. You tell me how many sections. Many sections. Okay, you tell me for all of these, how many sections are in each? Okay, that is your job. I'm not going to do that for you. I want you to actually go, open those books up, look at the table of contents in the beginning, not the glossary in the back, the table of contents in the beginning, and tell me how many sections are in each book. All right. I'd love to know. If you're done for the day, see you later. Okay, boys and girls, my third grade class who I love, welcome to a day of synonyms. We are on page 177. Synonym equals same. I love that synonym equals same because they both start with what? An S. So if you are on a quiz and they say, oh, find the synonyms and antonyms, I always just remember synonym, same, and then I know the antonym is opposite of that. Antonym, it means opposite. Okay, synonym, same. Synonyms are words that have the same, do you see that there? Same, S, same meaning or nearly the same meaning. So if I said, oh, I'm out sick today, could I say, oh, I am out ill today? And mean the same thing? Sure. Could I say, oh, he's very happy about his new puppy? Or can I say, oh, he's acting very joyful about his new puppy? Yes, synonym means same. So we are going to draw a line from column A, here's column A, to column B, to a synonym in the column B. So these column A will have a word that's very similar. It's almost the same as something in column B. And this is going to be for both pages. Pause the video and I want you to think through it on your own and figure it out. Do not just copy. Even if you don't get them all, boys and girls, you'll probably get most. And if you have to change a few, that's okay. All right, so if you hear my voice right now, you have tried to fill these out as best you can. You're not just copying my answers, but you are making corrections with me. Are you ready? I wish I could call on you. Below. I'm going to go below deck on a boat. I'm going to go down under. I'm going to go under. Below is under. Happy. What's another one for happy? We have answer, odd, under, ill, joyful, rude, quiet, hopped, hard, funny. Well, guess what, boys and girls? They told us up top. Joyful and happy are synonyms. Jumped. He jumped rope, or he jumped over the puddle. What else could he do? That's the same. It's a synonym. He hopped. Awesome. What about amusing? Oh, you are so amusing. Oh, that movie was very amusing. It kept me entertaining. That book was amusing. It made me laugh. Amusing. Also, you could say funny. Excellent. My dad's jokes are very amusing. I think they're funny. How about reply? Reply. Can you please reply to my email? Reply. Can you give me a reply? I'm waiting for an answer. Reply is like answer. All right. He is very sick. Guess what? They gave us that one up at the top of the page too. Sick and ill are synonyms. Firm. That floor is very firm. The wood is very firm. It's hard. People either like a firm mattress or they like a soft mattress. Which one? I'm not sure. That's up to you. Strange. That's strange. That's weird. What else could it be there? What are our choices left? We have odd, rude, or quiet. Oh, that's strange. That's so odd. Strange and odd are synonyms, boys and girls. They mean almost the same thing. Impolite. And remember, there's im right there. That means meaning not. So not polite. What's another way of saying not polite? Impolite, also synonym for rude. Excellent. It's hard to see my last line. Which one's missing? Oh, I see it. It's hiding in there. Silent. Which is the one that means silent? Boys and girls, I would like our class to be silent. No, it doesn't have to be totally silent, but I want it to be very what? Quiet. They're not exactly the same. Now, remember, synonyms aren't exactly the same, but they mean nearly the same. Okay, let's pick a different color because I'm getting bored of blue. Let's start column A to column B. Simple. Let's look at the words in column B first. Let's read them. Beautiful, narrow, easy, grateful, quick, certain, throw, search, hurt, and close. Or close. I think this is close. Yeah, this is close, not close. Close. Like close the door. Okay, simple. Wow, this project is very simple. It's not hard for me. Simple, it is easy. Fabulous. Who got that right? If you did, good job. Thankful. Thankful. Wow, she's really thankful for all God's given him. He's very grateful. Grateful and thankful are synonyms. Shut. Shut the door. What else could I say in row B? Column B. Oh, close. Close the door. Shut the door. It's cold outside. Pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. That picture you made is so pretty. It is beautiful. That's a synonym for pretty. Thin. Thin. Narrow, quick. Ooh, that is a very thin road or a thin line you drew. That's narrow. Narrow's thin, skinny, something like that. Fast. Fast. What's fast? Oh, I see it. It's right there. He's very fast. He's quick. And this is a fun thing. Boys and girls, learn synonyms. Because if you are writing a story and you say, the boy was really fast and he was running fast and he was running, use some words that mean something the same. If you want to say the same thing twice, try and switch up your words. Think of a synonym and use that instead. It'll make your writing more interesting. All right. Injure. Injure. I hope he doesn't injure himself on the trampoline. I hope he doesn't hurt himself on the trampoline. Injure, synonym for injure is hurt. What's the next one? I am sure. Oh, no, I missed one. Hunt. 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 We have certain, throw, and search left. I'm going to go hunt for Easter eggs. Oh, I can search for them. Hunt and search are synonyms. Okay, I have two left. I have sure and toss and certain and throw. Okay, I am sure that you're going to get this right. I am certain is a synonym. Toss. Toss me the ball. Oh, throw me the ball. Okay, give it a light toss. Throw it to me across the classroom. There you go. Do you see how those mean the same thing? Synonym means same. Same. Okay, so I want you to think of two synonyms for walk. So if you're writing a story and talking about a boy who went for a walk, what could you say as a synonym for walk? What's a synonym for walk? What's a synonym for run? Think about it. I wish I could call on you. It's no fun talking to myself. Synonym for walk. What else could we say? There's really some fun ones that you probably don't know. Like I would say, oh, he went for this one you might know. He went for a stroll in the park. This is a synonym for walk. Could you say he went for a hike? Sure. Could you say, yeah, let's just pick that one. There's a fun one. Saunter. That's a fancy one. It's kind of a walk with a strut. Maybe even strut. I would take that. How about run? What could you do? Wow, he's going for a run. Or The fun run, you could say a race instead of a run, depending on what kind of run it is. What about he's sprint is like a fast run. Or how about I'm gonna run. I gotta run. I gotta run out of here. Does that mean I actually have to run? No, you could say rush. Maybe I would use it like that. I have to rush out of here today. So after school, I have to run to an appointment. Does it mean I'm literally going to run? No, but it means I'm rushing. So that actually is a synonym for run. I'll let you write those down. All right, boys and girls. If you are done for the day, see you later. If not, I will be moving on to page 178. Okay, welcome. Page 178. I'm glad you're back for the day. We are doing a thesaurus activity. And thesaurus is a book of synonyms. Do you remember when Mrs. Kornthal said, boys and girls, use synonyms in your writing because it makes it more interesting. Don't just say, he is nice. He is nice. He is kind. So you repeat the same words that you're comfortable with, but look in a thesaurus. It's hard to say. Look in a thesaurus for synonyms for some of these words that will make your writing more interesting. Okay, so I don't know if you've known this, but when I'm returning some of your tests on Google Classroom, I actually did some synonyms for amazing because I was like, wow, great, wonderful. And I got bored of those. So one of them I found was when I looked it up in the thesaurus, one of the ones that I was using was stupendous. That was one of my fun synonyms. So you'll start to see if I, instead of saying great, wow, good, I'm going to start using my thesaurus to come up with more exciting words to respond to your quizzes on Google Classroom. So synonyms. A thesaurus, it's similar to a dictionary, but instead of actual definitions, it has synonyms. A thesaurus has synonyms. So it's like a dictionary. The entries are arranged in alphabetical order. And some thesauruses also include definitions. So the instructions say, look up each word in parentheses in a thesaurus. Complete each sentence by writing a synonym for the word in parentheses. Choose your word from the synonym list listed in the thesaurus. Okay, so now bear with me. I have actually taken a screenshot. It's thesaurus.com. I'm not kidding. If you don't have a thesaurus at your house, which I do not, I looked up words in the thesaurus on my phone. See if I can find them here. There it is. There it is. Shut. This is what it look. It's thesaurus.com. Do you see it? Thesaurus.com. It sounds like a dinosaur, but it's not. Thesaurus. Thesaurus.com, and I looked up synonyms for shut. Okay, hold on. Let's go back really quick. And it says, Grant, please shut the front door. Now, when you look up words in a thesaurus that are synonyms, they don't always work because it might mean shut differently. You know, like depending on how it's used in the sentence, they don't quite work. Do you remember? Let me look back here. Remember when we did run? Okay, so I would say I'm going to run to the doctor after school today. It doesn't mean, and I could say I'm going to race to the doctor after school today, but I wouldn't say I'm going to sprint to the doctor after school today because it sounds like I'm actually going to run to the doctor. So not all synonyms work as well as others when you replace the word. Okay, so let's look at shut. Grant, please shut the front door. Let's read some of these and see which ones will work well for us. See, I would not say, Grant, please lock the front door, right? Grant, please bar the front door. I'm not asking Grant to actually like lock it up so no bad guys come in. But I might say, Grant, please seal the front door, like close it tight because the air's getting in from outside. Okay? So sometimes you have to think about how the sentence is worded, what they actually mean. I might say, Grant, please push the front door because I want him to actually push it tight. But we'll use seal for right now. Grant, please seal the front door. Seal. And that's not like a seal like art at the zoo. That's seal it, like shut it tight. Okay, number 2. Mrs. Lopez is a joyful lady. So here we go. Thesaurus.com. Where did it go? Oh, it's all the way at the bottom. Here we go. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Joyful. This is, again, thesaurus.com. Do you see it? Thesaurus.com. Synonym for joyful, there is a definition. Adjective means happy. This is a fun one. Which one do you want to pick? She's cheerful. She's cheery. She's ecstatic. She's elated. That's like over the moon happy. She's enjoyable. She's festive. She's heartening. She's joyous. She's upbeat. Now, on thesaurus.com, the ones that are the darkest orange are the ones that are the most close to the word, the original word. But I see over here, I see overjoyed. I might use that one because that one's delighted. Maybe that's great. So what will I say? Ooh, jubilant. That one's a really fun one. Which one do you want to pick? Mrs. Lopez is a what lady? I will say, cheerful. Let's just use the first one. You can pick a different one. If you thought that you would like upbeat lady, sure, I'll take it. I'm going to put cheerful. Where do we go? All the way back. Tricky, where are you? Cheerful. Okay, I have a few more. Number 3, Grandpa told us a tale about when he was a young boy. So that's like a story kind of tale. I bet you that'll be one. Let's look at tale all the way back down. Whoa, slow down. Tale, do you see it? This is on thesaurus.com. Tale, synonyms for tale. Told us an account. Grandpa told us an account about when he was a young boy. Sure. Grandpa told us an anecdote about when he was a young boy. Yes, that would work. Grandpa told us a tale. Now, here is why I don't necessarily like fable. Because fable implies that it's made up. So if Grandpa told us a tale about when he was a young boy, it could be a true story. And fable implies that it's made up. So I wouldn't actually pick that one. And I wouldn't pick fiction, because what if he's telling us a little story about when he was a boy? Legend and myth, those sound like they're made up too. So I would probably just go with a short story. Grandpa told us a short story, or even an account. Like that's like what happened, what he said. Because if you say Grandpa told us a fable about when he was a young boy, then you just told me that Grandpa made up the story and it's not true. So do you remember in Little House in the Big Woods and Pa was telling stories? They were stories from when he was little, and they were tales, but they weren't fables. They weren't fiction. They were just little stories, or a little short story about when he was a kid. So I'm actually going to write short story. Wait, Mrs. Cornthal, I can write 2 words for a synonym? You can. So Grandpa told us a short story about when he was a young boy. Okay, do you see that? I think I have one more. Damp. I might have damp. Let me double check. See how many more I have. Oh, I have 2 more. Okay, damp. And the sentence says, the ground was still damp. So look at these words for damp. Would that work to say the ground was still cloudy? No, if you're saying the sky is damp, maybe that would work, but not the ground. I wouldn't say the ground is cloudy. The ground is dank. That would work. The ground is drizzly. Not quite. That sounds like it's in the air. What about the ground? The ground was still misty. That still sounds like it's in the air. The ground was still moist. That's a good one. The ground was still damp. It could be moist. That's a way. It was wet. It was soaked. That was good. Sodden, soggy. Soggy is a fun one. I'm going to put soggy. The ground was still soggy. Could you write moist? Sure. Can you write saturated? Sure. Can you write soaked? Sure. Go right ahead. I'm going to put soggy because I have to pick one. But don't put cloudy because that doesn't make sense, because that would be a moist sky. That wouldn't be a moist ground. Here we go. We're almost back. I'm going to write soggy. Okay, last one from mydictionary.com. Jesus gives us joy, so we do not have to be unhappy. So Jesus gives us joy, so we do not have to be unhappy. Here we go. Whee! Unhappy. Okay, Jesus gives us joy. Which one works? Some of these actually in the lighter highlight color might even be a little bit better. So Jesus gives us joy so we don't have to be depressed or despondent. Ooh, if you guys have ever read, oh my goodness, Pilgrim's Progress, despondent. That is a big word and it means unhappy. I think the Opfermans are reading that right now. Despondent, that is a great synonym for unhappy. That will help you understand the story. Jesus gives us joy so we do not have to be miserable. Ooh, that's a great one. That's like really unhappy. I'm going to write that because miserable is fun. I mean, the word miserable, not being miserable. 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 Let's get back to our page. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Miserable. Okay, so now, oh, Chloe, sorry, I skipped the one that started with Chloe. So you are going to do number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, and number 10. If you have a paper thesaurus at your house, great. Now, I didn't. So what did I do? Thesaurus.com. How do I spell thesaurus? Guess what? It's at the top of your page. So if you go to thesaurus, and then you write .com, at the top of the page, I'll show you again, it looks like this. And it will have the word, it'll say thesaurus.com, and then there's a little search button, and you type in, so the next one you would type in is leaped. And then you would pick a word from the list. So once you type it in, it will give you words in the thesaurus, and you pick one that works in the sentence. So you are going to do 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 by yourself or with the help of a parent, because you might need to use their computer or their phone, to go to thesaurus.com. Make sure you spell it right. And then in the little search bar, you're going to type in leaped, meek, courageous, bright, and loud, and pick a word that is a synonym, meaning that's something the same, that fits that sentence. Okay, boys and girls, good job. That's up to you. 6 through 10. See you later. Okay, my friends, guess what? We are on page 179. And we are doing antonyms. For those of you who worked with us the other day, that should be everybody. What is a synonym? Synonyms are words that are like the same. And antonyms have the opposite meaning. Opposite. Antonym is opposite. When you were taking your quiz on Google Classroom, if you get those backwards, you'll get every single one of them wrong. Okay, antonym, opposite. Synonym, same. Say it again. Synonym, same. Synonym, same. Synonym is same. Synonym is same. Antonym, opposite. So what is the opposite or antonym for up? Down. What's the antonym or opposite of thick? Thick, opposite is thin. That's the antonym. So we are going to write antonyms for each word. Okay, and I will give you suggestions. But if you have a really good one in your mind and you can write a different one. You don't have to copy me. So what is the opposite of play? What is the opposite of play? Now, they're good, depending on what you're doing. Like, I'm going to play and then I'm going to rest, right? Or I don't want to work. I want to play. I'm going to write work. What's the opposite of work or play? Work. An antonym for play is work. Could you write something else? Sure. As long as it's an antonym, meaning opposite. Short. What's another opposite of short? That's probably an easy one. Tall. He's not short. He's tall. Antonym for short is tall. Narrow. Narrow, skinny. Ooh, that's not a narrow road. That's very what? Wide. That's a good one. So the opposite of narrow, the antonym for narrow is wide. Smooth. Ooh, that's very smooth. No, it's not. It's what? Rough. That's really rough. It's not smooth. How about dark? That's easy. If you're not dark, it's light. Jesus is our light. And there's no darkness in him at all. How about happy? What's the opposite of happy? You could probably ask a kindergartner this and they would tell you. Sad. An antonym for happy is sad. They might not be able to tell you it's an antonym, but if you ask what's the opposite of sad, they'd probably get it. If you have hey, Tristan, if you can ask your little sister, hey, what's the opposite of happy? And see if she can get it. And then tell her that that's an antonym. Okay, young. He's not young. He's getting very old. Bet your sister would know that too, Tristan. Okay, how about sick? Sick. If you're not sick, oh, he's not sick. He's well. Or how about he's healthy again? You can all write both of those. How about that? Rich. If you're not rich, you are poor. Awesome. Okay, the door is shut. No, it's not. It's open. The antonym for shut. Open. Open. Over. If you don't go over it, you must go under it. Under. The antonym for over is under. How about new? Well, that's not new. That's very, old. We already used that one. Mrs. Cornthal. Something can be an antonym for two different things? Sure. Now, when you're talking about old, I wouldn't say my sister is new, right? Unless she was a baby sister. So sometimes this word old works differently. This one's talking about age of a person, and this one's talking about maybe like a product, something you got, maybe a toy, a shirt, something like that. How about number 13? Soft. Oh, that's not soft. That's very hard. Now, if you're thinking of a blanket, maybe you're saying, oh, it's not soft, it's itchy. Would that be an antonym? Sure, depending on what the soft thing is you're talking about. Something like itchy could be an antonym for that. Write that if you want. How about cold? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Tall. He's not tall. He's short. How about cold? That's not cold. It's H-O-T, hot. Pull. Don't pull it. Push it. You pull, I'll push. Especially when we're moving furniture. How about fast? Don't go fast in the hallway. Make sure you go slow. Walking feet. Slow. Rough. Ooh, kind of like our blanket. What's another one for rough? Smooth. The opposite of rough, the antonym for rough, could be smooth. Excellent. Are these fun? I like them. Okay, think. Think. Here we go. We're going to think. We're going to think very hard. Just like it says in the first one. Let's think. It says complete each sentence writing an antonym for each word in parentheses. Now, you have to remember they have to be used correctly depending on what they're talking about in the sentence. So, the mattress on my new bed is very hard. Now, we don't want to do a synonym. We want to do an antonym, the opposite. So it's not hard. What is it? Soft. Awesome. Okay, the new house on the corner has been torn down. It's not new. What's the opposite of new? The old house on the corner. So it's so old, it's being torn down now. So we're looking for the antonyms, remember. So what is an antonym for healthy? Luis has been quite healthy with the flu. Not healthy. What's the opposite of healthy? Quite sick, maybe, or ill. Sick with the flu. In the water, swans appear to be clumsy. Ooh, this is a fun one. Clumsy. You guys probably don't use clumsy very often. What is it if you're not clumsy? So think about a dancer. Chloe, you might know a good word for this. If they're not clumsy, what are they? Maybe they're balanced. What's a fun one you think of with a dancer? Maybe a swan. How about graceful? Ooh, graceful. I like that one. Let's put that down. Good exercise builds weak muscles. Well, we know that's not true. What's the antonym for weak? I am not weak. I am strong, especially in Jesus, even when I feel weak, right? How about this? Number 6. What a small farm you have, Mr. Bergen. Well, he doesn't have a small farm. He has the opposite of that. What's the opposite? What's the antonym? You could say big. What a big farm you have. Could you say large? Sure. I'll let you put either of those. How about number 7? The canoe floated over the bridge. That would be super weird. How did the canoe float over the bridge? Unless the bridge sank under the water. No, it went under the bridge. So the antonym for over, the opposite of over, is under. Now, write a declarative sentence using an antonym for remember. So let's start with the first step. The first step is, what's an antonym for remember? Oh, I don't remember. I forgot. I forgot what that is. I forgot what an antonym is, Mrs. Cornthal. I don't remember. So forgot. I don't remember. I forgot. So what is a declarative sentence? A regular old boring sentence that has a period at the end, right? And a capital at the beginning. Please do not forget. You know who you are. True or false? Every sentence starts with a capital. Yes, true. And every sentence has end punctuation. True. If you don't have that, you've gotten it wrong. Fix it. So I'm going to write a sentence. I'm actually not going to write a sentence because you guys could do this. Make sure it has a capital. Make sure it has end punctuation. The antonym for remember is forgot. Use forgot in the sentence. So I forgot to use a capital. That would be funny. I forgot to use a period. I forgot to finish this sentence. Don't actually forget. Just write the sentence saying that you forgot. So fill that in. Show your parent what awesome job you did today. Ask them for a snack and a big hug and tell them they're awesome. And do not forget. Maybe write a sentence. I forgot to show this to my mom. But don't really forget. Just write the sentence. All right, boys and girls, have a great day. We are done with page 179. Okay, page 180, we're here. And guess what? This is remember, remember, remember. So you know what that means? That means you are going to do this page all by yourself. If you have an adult in the room, make sure you listen. Tell your child to turn off the computer, turn off the video. And finish. Finish this page first. Okay, then when you're done with the page, we will check it together. So do not, I repeat, do not do any more of this video until your page is done. Okay. With integrity, you're back. You have done this whole page and we're just checking together. That's the way you learn. You have done your brain exercises, challenge yourself to do this whole page, and now you're just making corrections. If your page is still blank, you better turn off that video and pause it and then come back when you're done. Okay, here we go. Number 1, Mom plants her garden each spring. I'm just going to go through. Capital Mom. And there's already a period at the end, so we're done. Last January, Mr. Carson said he would have a job for me this summer. Ooh, last, because that's the first word in the sentence. January, because that is a proper noun. It's a month name. Mr., capital M in Mr. Carson, because that's his name. He's a proper noun. And summer, do we do summer? No, because it's days and months, but not seasons. Did you guys forget? There's no capital S in summer. Days and months, but not seasons. Okay, number 3. My, capital M for my, because it's the beginning of the sentence. My favorite Old Testament character is Ruth. Ooh, you might have forgotten this. Old Testament is the name of the books in the Bible. Everything from Genesis all the way to Malachi, and anything before Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Old Testament, that's before Jesus. Old Testament is capitalized. It is a proper name, and the book of Ruth is also proper. So that's going to be capitalized. If you forgot it, fix it now. Good thing we're going over this together, right? Okay, number 4. We did not have school on Monday because it was President's Day. Ooh, capital W in the beginning. We did not have school on Monday. Ooh, there's a day, Monday, because it was President's Day. President's Day. Capital P for president. Capital D for day. Why? This is actually a proper noun holiday. It's actually the name of the holiday. That one might have tricked you. So feel free to change it right now. President's Day is the name of an official holiday. So it's proper. Okay, number 5. My cousin lives in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Capital M, beginning of the sentence. Tulsa, proper name of a city. And Oklahoma, because it's the name of a state. Awesome. Bet you got that. Okay, John 3:16 says that God loves me. Here we go. John 3:16 says that God, that's his name, that's his proper name, loves me. Now, sometimes, the only time that's an exception, it was when, like the Bible says, you shall have no other gods before me. When they're just talking about no-name gods, like just things that people idolize and worship that are not the true God, we don't capitalize it. But John 3:16 says that God, like the true God, his name God, loves me. That's when you capitalize it. Okay, here we go. Number 7, our basketball game tonight is at Calvary Christian School. All right, beginning of a sentence. Our basketball game tonight is at Calvary. This is the name of the school. Proper Calvary Christian School. It's not just at a school. It's Calvary Christian School, like SCS, Southwest Christian School. All of those get capitalized. Okie dokie, artichokes. Remember B, you should have this already filled in. If you didn't, make sure your video is stopped and do not go over these unless you have answered it yourself. It says a title of respect and a name are shown in parentheses to the left of each sentence. That's right here. Complete each sentence by writing the title and the name correctly in the blank. Ooh, our class missionary is Mr. capital M R. It's an abbreviation, so period. Mr. R. His name might be Robert. J, capital J, maybe Robert James. I'm making this up. But it's fun. You can make his name up too. Turner. We know the last name. Turner. So these are abbreviations. So remember, they get their period to show their abbreviations. R.J. Turner. Excellent. Miss. This is the one, boys and girls, that is not abbreviated. Miss is the whole word. So there is no period. It's not abbreviated. Miss Elaine, capital E, that's her name. That's her first name. Elaine Carter is our elementary choir director. Awesome. Number 3, I read a book by Mrs. That's an abbreviation. Bethany Urbina. Capital U, because that's her last name. It's proper. Awesome. Here we go. Your last, remember, for this little section. It says circle each common noun. I'm going to switch colors because I'm tired of this one. How about dark green? Circle each common noun. Draw a box around each proper noun. Mark up your instruction, boys and girls, so you don't miss anything. Circle each common noun. Draw a box around each proper noun. Ooh, and there's more. Underline any compound nouns. Some nouns may have 2 marks. Remember this? They're warning you. Oh, some nouns might have 2 marks. If you didn't read those instructions carefully and you want to pause the video and make sure that you double check before we correct together, please do that. Okay, here we go. So we're looking for common nouns. I'm going to find those first. Common nouns. Aunt Carol and Mom are twins. Twins. Those are definitely people. Person, place, or thing. Remember, a noun is a person, place, or thing. PPT, PPT, person, place, or thing. Aunt Carol and Mom. Well, those are definitely people. They are proper nouns. And are we done? No, we're not. What's a compound noun? 2 words put together. I always think of judo when I think of compound nouns. And they could be like playground, but they could also be Aunt Carol. Did you miss that one? Because it's not an Aunt and Carol. It's Aunt Carol. She is one person with 2 names that put together make one compound noun. Okay, let's look at the next one. Victoria and Alexis went to the planetarium last Tuesday. Here we go. Person, place, or thing. You know what? I'm actually going to start with the proper nouns because they're easier for me to see because they're capitalized. Okay, so Victoria and Alexis, I know that they're proper nouns because they are names of people, right? Went to the planetarium. Ooh, that is a place, definitely. I'm going to circle that while I'm here. Last Tuesday. Person, place, or thing, proper noun, on Tuesday. Here we go. Has Isaac visited the Air and Space Museum? Yes, he has, actually. Thanks for asking. And remember, I said the Air Museum in what is it called? McMinnville has a model of the Wright brothers plane. So you can go visit that when it opens back up. Okay, has Isaac visited the Air and Space Museum? Isaac, he is a proper noun. That is his name. visited the Air and Space Museum. Do not circle these separately, boys and girls. This is all one place. So what, oops, forget the, I don't want it on the question mark part. What does that also tell me? The Air and Space Museum is proper, and that's all one place. It's compound. It's a compound noun, and it's a proper noun. Woo! This is a good review. It's been a while since we've done this. Okay, here we go. Remember, capitalize the first words, last words, and the very important words of titles, books, songs, stories, poems. Okay? Write the name of your favorite song. So, I'm not going to write this down at all. I want you to write it down. But here's what you need to remember. You need to capitalize the important words. Okay? Capitalize the first word, the last word, and all the important words in a book title, story, poem, and song. So think of a song that you like. Amazing Grace. Guess what? It doesn't have any little words because it doesn't have like the in it. Like the would be a little word that you wouldn't capitalize, or a. Unless it's the beginning of a sentence. I'm trying to think of a song that starts with a. Not sure. How about I'm a Little Teapot? I'm just going to write that. It's definitely not my favorite song, but I'm just going to use it as an example. I'm a, don't need that to be capitalized, little teapot. Okay, I'm a little teapot. You write the name of your favorite song. I'm a little teapot. And it's just going over capitals. What's the name of a book you enjoy reading? Well, the Bible, that's a good one. What's the name of a book that you might have gotten from the book corner? What's one that we've read together? How about Charlotte's Web? Or, ooh, how about this one? Don't Copy Me. Little House in, ooh, look, it's a little word, the Big Woods. Okay, see these little words right here? They are not capitalized, but everything else is. Now, even if the first word, though, what if it was called A Little House in the Big Woods? The first, just like in a sentence, the first letter of the title would also be capitalized, even if it's one of those little words like A in the. Okay, so write your own. Don't copy me. I just wanted to show you an example. Okay, see you later. We're done with the page. Boys and girls, we're doing homonyms. Homonyms. That reminds me of a VeggieTale. I think maybe I'll put that on Google Classroom. Homonyms are words that sound alike or nearly alike but have different meanings. There is a really fun, I needed to put that on Google Classroom. If I forget, please remind me. Homonyms are words that sound alike and are nearly alike but have different meanings. Most homonyms are, but not all. Most homonyms are also spelled differently. And whether you're tired or not, I forget it. There's an awesome VeggieTales with homonyms. So I'll see if I can find that, and then I'll post it on Google Classroom. So 2 things to look for in Google Classroom are the homonym song from VeggieTales and what's the other one I said? Oh, yes, the plural noun song that we would sing in class that sounds like the Frozen song that I know is Kevin's favorite. So be looking for those on Google Classroom. So homonyms, they're words that sound alike, but they don't mean the same thing. Okay, so on the other page, when we were looking at close and like close the door or close, guess what? You're not quite sure how it's pronounced unless you see it in the sentence because they look the same. So homonyms. Here we go. Draw a line from column A to its homonym in column B. So it's the one that sounds the same, but might mean something totally different. Let's look at it. I'll go pink. Fair. Let's read them. Fair, scent, not, nose, right. Scent, nose, fair, right, not. Woo, this is easy because it's fair and fair. He's going to go to the fair. Oh, that's not fair. Okay, they mean different things. How about scent and scent? Ooh, I have a scent in my pocket to use to buy something with a good scent, maybe perfume. Okay? So scent and scent. Scent means money and scent means a smell. How about not and not? I have a knot in my shoe. No, I do not. So knot, this is like tie up a knot. And this is like, no, I do not. How about nose and nose? Well, my nose knows that smell is good. So my nose on my face can smell something. And I know something in my brain. He knows that in his brain. How about right and right? The right in column A means let's turn right on the street. The other one means like write a story. But they sound exactly alike, right and right. That's why I'm so amazed by like Kathy and Ellen, who may not have had English as their first language. There's so many of these silly rules and silly words that look totally different, but sound the same, have different definitions, different spellings. You girls are amazing. Keep up the good work. Okay, here we go. Homonyms sound the same. We have alter, your, road, to, through. And on the other side, we have your, to, alter, through, road. Okay, altar and altar. So one is altar, like the altar at the church. The other one is alter, meaning to change something. How about your and your? We've gone over this one before. One is your, like that belongs to you, your. And the other one means you are, like you're my best friend. Road and road. Ooh, how about this one? The house was on the road, but Presley rode the horse. There's two different kinds of roads. How about two and two? He went to the store. He bought 2 bags of chips. One is going to somewhere, and the other one is saying how many. Through and through. Ooh, one is he threw the ball, and the other one is he went through the tunnel. Okay, through and through. These are kind of fun. I like these. Now, complete each sentence. Now, you have to know a little bit about spelling to know which one is which. So this one, pause the video and try it on your own, and then we'll make corrections together. Okay, so if you're hearing my voice, that means you did number 1 through 6, and we're just checking it with me. Complete each sentence by choosing the correct homonym. That's the one that sounds the same but means something different. In parentheses, David didn't David write Psalm 23? Ooh, does that mean right, like turn right, not left? Nope, not this one. It's write, something you do with a pencil or a pen, putting something onto a document. Write. We've had several deer in our yard. One is like, dear mom, I love you, which is true. Abigail actually just slipped me a sweet little note. I'm hiding in the walk-in closet where it's quiet, and Abigail's texted me twice, and she just slipped a little note under the door that said, dear mom, but that's this kind of deer. That's not the kind of deer in our yard. The kind of deer in our yard is D-E-E-R. Deer have 2 antlers. Like a boy deer has 2 antlers. So think of deer with 2 matching E antlers. Okay, number 3. It seemed colder today than yesterday. This is the kind of seam, boys and girls, that you would have like in your clothes. Like you have a seam down your shirt, seam on your pants. That's not it. It seemed colder. It appeared, seemed colder than yesterday. Okay, a slight breeze blew across the field. Now, if a slight breeze blew across the field, this one, your whole field would be the color blue. That's not it. A slight breeze blew across the field. Number 5, our team won 7 games. 1-7? This is the number 1. That doesn't make any sense. Won, like they won. They're victorious. They were the winners. Number 6, wasn't it 8 games, Blake? Oh my goodness. Blake didn't eat anything. They're asking how many. So they won 7 games. Wasn't it 8 games? The number 8. E-I-G-H-T. 8. The number. So they're asking, wasn't it 8 games? No one ate the game. That would be weird. Okay. Number 1 down in Think C. And then we are done for the week. Woohoo. All right. Draw lines to connect the homonym with its meaning. So the homonym and its meaning. So here's the homonyms, and here are the meanings. Okay. 1, O-N-E. We have a choice. Is it a single person or thing, a body of water, did win, or to look at? Okay. And let's look at our words. 1, C and C. Ooh, okay. O-N-E. O-N-E 1. That is the number. A single person, like one single person or thing. Like I have one pencil. I have one child. Okay, I have two, but one, like he was victorious. And look, here's how you remember this. Look, W-N, W-N. One. He won the game. He did win the game. Awesome. How about C and C? I see with my two eyes. My two eyes match. In the word see, S-E-E, we have two eyes. I see with my two eyes. That's how I remember which C is which. So see like that is to look at with my eyes. I see with my two eyes. I see E-E with two E's and two eyes. Like my eyeballs. See, and this kind of sea is a body of water. Land and sea. Woohoo! Boys and girls, great job this week. Great job. Great. Oh, whoa, what did that? I've never seen that before. I don't even know how I did that. Great job. I'm so proud of you. Keep up with the good work. Double check to make sure you have done everything that you needed to do this week on Google Classroom. If there's any quizzes or anything that you need to do, make sure you do that. And when you take a quiz on Google Classroom, boys and girls, go slow. Be careful. Sometimes just clicking the wrong box will make me think you don't know it, but really you just clicked the wrong box. Okay, so I love you very much, and I'll see you.